Alright guys, welcome back to Rome Reviews. I'm Rome and this is the Vivo X200 Ultra with that beautiful red color on it. I love that color. So anyway, I just wanted to do a 48 hours later video where I just talk about my past couple of days with the device and things I've noticed about it, and that's really it. I just like to keep it simple. So we're going to go ahead and go over here to the overhead view and let's talk about the device a little bit. So right off the bat, I'll say that yes, while the camera module is absolutely a beast, it doesn't feel any more uncomfortable in my pocket than any other device, to be honest with you. I know people feel like, oh, if I put that thing in my pocket, it's gonna bulge out and be extremely noticeable. I mean, it feels no different. Now, I will say that this is coming from a person that daily drives foldables on a regular and multiple phones. So, take that into account. Um, but yeah, other than that, I mean this camera that's still hilarious to me that I can hold it by the camera module. But yeah, it doesn't bother me at all. And yeah, that's really all I want to say about that. Um, as far as software goes, I'm just gonna go through each one of these categories fairly quickly because I'm sure you guys will watch a million videos on the X200 Ultra by now. But screen, while this is a 2K display, it's still beautiful. I felt like the X200 Pro screen was beautiful. So yeah, I mean this one looks good, but with more pixels. So yeah, I really don't know what to say about that one. Yeah, I have it turned all the way up, 3168 by 1440. Yeah, beautiful, brilliant display. Now I'm gonna say, oh, it gets plenty bright in the sun. Of course, I have it on max brightness right now, just for the sake of the video. But yeah, when I'm out in the sun, I was out in the sun a couple of days ago, back when I first got it, and it was plenty bright. No issue seeing it in direct sun at all. Even with the fingerprint smudges on it, it gets extremely bright and it stays there pretty for a lengthy time. So I didn't notice it dim immediately. Now we'll do more testing uh, over throughout my life with the phone, but yeah, didn't get really get warm. Really didn't even get warm during setup, but I'll talk about that a little bit more in a minute. Yeah, as far as display goes, yeah, simple, bright, clear, excellent. Yeah, moving on. We're talking about the battery a little bit. Let's go ahead and jump into settings, go down to battery. And nothing crazy here. I would say that I feel like the battery life on the Ultra is pretty much on par with the Pro for me. I get a full day's usage out of it, and I'm an extremely heavy user. I'm responding to comments on my videos constantly on YouTube, on Instagram, on Discord, just all the different tech news outlets. I'm constantly surfing social media and watching YouTube videos and stuff like that. So yeah, I get a full day, day and a half out of the device. No issues there. I really have no complaints about the battery, even though I think that it is supposed to be a larger battery. I think, yeah, 6,000 milliamp hours. I can't remember what the Pro was, but either way, excellent. You won't have to worry about being caught out on a day. And if you're out all day and you feel like you may run out of battery, this will not be a concern. Day and a half, not a concern. On the topic of the battery, let's talk about charging a little bit. This device charges really, really fast. Even though I think it only charges at 90 watts, only. It's crazy to say only and 90 watts in the same sentence. But yeah, I think that it only charges at 90 watts, but this thing charges extremely fast. Whereas my Xiaomi 15 Ultra, I don't know why, and I think it may just be my unit. So not bashing the device at all because I love the Xiaomi 15 Ultra, but it charges slow, especially in comparison to this device. It charges slow. Now, I feel like the battery on my Xiaomi 15 Ultra lasts longer, considerably longer, but it charges much slower. So anyway, moving back on over to this software, I'll touch on it a little bit. I enjoy OriginOS. It's simple, but it gives you a lot of customization options. Even if you go into your mood cube, you see my wallpaper back there. If I tap on Mono, it'll change it to black and white. If I change it to sky, it'll put whatever current weather over the wallpaper, so it's kind of sunny-ish. You can see the little glare on there. Turn it off. I can put blur. It'll blur the background. And if I put time, I think it'll adjust the wallpaper based on the time of day. Um, and some of these you can kind of stack, some you can't. I think yeah, you see where if you select time, the sky becomes unavailable. And if you, oh, clicking too fast, slow down. If I do sky, time becomes unavailable. So yeah, just, but I will say that you guys noticed the little slowdown there when I was clicking in between those. It's doing a lot of heavy lifting in the background. So those changes do come with higher battery consumption, a higher battery utilization, I should say. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, you can make the theme match your wallpaper. What it'll pull colors from your wallpaper to match the UI, but you cannot apply the UI, the wallpaper color to your icons. I really hope that Vivo is changing that in the future. I really would love to be able to put like the wallpaper themed icons on here. But the only way you can really apply changes to your icons on the Vivo is to download a theme. You cannot download icon packs. From what I found, you may be able to go into the Vivo App Store directly and maybe download icon packs there. But I don't use the Vivo App Store. Um, I do use the theme. It's called iTheme. It'll open up and you can go in here and download themes. But yeah, that's really it. I don't really go directly into the V App Store on this phone. I only did it once, and that was to download the Play Store. So yeah, as far as software goes, very smooth. Everything feels extremely fluent. I mean, no slowdown outside of like when I was trying to apply those heavy wallpaper changes. But yeah, and you can apply one of my favorite things about the Vivo and the Xiaomi is you can apply live wallpapers. Like if you download a video or something like that, you can apply it directly to your wallpaper without downloading another app to act as a intermediary for that intermediary. Anyway, but yeah, that's software really. I mean, it's smooth. I mean, nothing new there. But anyway, let's jump into the cameras. And I'll talk about the camera software a bit. Actually, I may spend a little bit of time here because simply because when you get an Ultra, you're really buying it for the camera. Um, yeah. So let's start over here to the very left. You have your snapshot, and you have your different focal lengths. It's of course it's pointed at my desk, so you won't really see anything, but you have your different focal lengths, and you can't really change anything in Snapshot except for live photos. You can do a live photo where it just captures a little few seconds or a second or two snapshot of the whatever you're pointing at. Fine. Landscape and night. This is where you'll get like quite a bit of features in here where you can go up here. You can do pano. You can do Zeiss perspective correction, which I haven't tested that out. So I have to, before I elaborate on it too much, I will have to spend some time with it. And then you have your AI features here, where what it'll typically do is it'll put an overlay on the scene and kind of adjust the lighting and everything around your subjects in order to make the scene look more lifelike. And you have quite a few options here. This was also available on the X200 Pro, but it was only available on the Chinese version, not the global version. So Keep that in mind. That's another thing, you know, if you're checking that off on your checklist of which phone, which way you want to go, that's another thing. You will be lacking these AI scenes on your on the global version of the X200 Pro. You can do your high resolution photos here, 50, 200, and you can turn it off. And you do portrait. Of course, you get those the additional scenes here where you can choose what kind of bokeh you want on the lighting in the background. And you have quite a few options there. Cinematic style bokeh. I like saying that word. And then you have your beautification here on your subject. And I do like that you could turn it off, even though I still feel like it applies it ever so slightly, but you can turn it off, which I really appreciate because I do not like when I'm taking photos of people or selfies or whatever, and I cannot turn that off. Please, I need everybody to include that. If you want to have it included where you can turn on the beautification effects, make it so you can turn it off. Okay? All right. So you have your different overlays here, your styles. Black and white. You notice that it was in black and white because I took a photo of my son. I popped it up on the screen. This camera is crazy. Yeah. So keep going. You have your texture. You have vivid. You have your Zeiss. You have film. And you have just you have quite a few options in here. So I'm gonna put it back on Origin, Vivid Origin, and just leave it there for a moment. And you can do your personalized styles where you can edit them and see how strong, how strong you want the effect to be. Dope. So let's come back out of there. Go to photo. There's just your regular photo mode where you can do your macro shots. So I will say, let me see if I can test it out a little bit. Let me turn that off. If I get close enough to a subject, you'll see another little macro option pop up there, and it'll correct. But I haven't really decided. I can't really understand why they put two different options there. This one feels like the weaker of the two. But if I turn that one on, you'll see that it gets much more crazy detail. Let me bring that up a little bit. So I feel like this one uses the telescope lens, and this one uses like the main sensor. I'm not sure. I don't know. It's kind of weird how that happens. But anyway, just wanted to mention that to you guys in case you feel like, oh, your macro shots are not turning out the way that you see on Reddit or YouTube or whatever. It may be because that one's activated instead of that one up top. Don't know why there are two different options. All right. So anyway, you have all your different zooms. And it even goes further to 70 times. Pretty cool. Come back out of that, and you got your 0.4. Nice. Go into video, and of course you have your different zooms. Goes up to 13.4, 2.5, 85 millimeters. Back down to 0.4, 14 millimeters. Nice. Okay. Portrait video, of course, you have 2.5 times, and you can do 4K, 24 frames per second, or 30, but no higher than 30 FPS, no 60 here. Your different focal lengths, your different zooms. So I'm going to put that on 4K. Yeah, let's do 4K 30. Leave it there. I know it's not going to save that because I have to go into the settings and change that. But anyway, let's go to more. And you see your panel, your Ultra HD, your slow-mo, your stage. I really want to test out the stage feature one day, whenever I get to my next concert. You have your time-lapse, you have your Pro mode, which should be on an Ultra device. And you can choose whether you want to do RAW, Super RAW, or JPEG. You can do JPEG, Super Resolution. I mean, you just have a ton of options here. I mean, it just... they just smother you with options here. You have your underwater, which I want to test one day. Spatial camera. Actually, haven't tested that feature at all. Mode can generate spatial stereoscopic viewing, such as XR glasses and screen viewers. Can you view? Okay, yeah, I want to. It's so many features. I mean, this thing is just packed, and I feel like a lot of people don't cover those. They just focus more on just regular camera and video. But when you get these ultra devices, you want to take advantage of like every single feature that they have in their cameras because you're getting it for the camera. This phone is really for camera enthusiasts. I am not. I'm just a tech junkie. So I just like buying the latest devices. So forgive me if I'm not just as well versed in the camera software. But anyway, let's keep moving. We got scan, we got telephoto extender, which works with the camera kit that I do not own. You have supermoon, which basically takes pictures of the moon, and or it takes a picture of the moon, but it really just crops. I feel like it really crops something on top of that. I think that's with all these phones, these phone manufacturers, OEMs. I feel like that's what they're all doing now. Then you have your high resolution. Go to landscape mode, which is what I showed you a bit earlier. I guess I'll leave that there. And that's where you could take your really, really high resolution photos. All right. And then what I wanted to show you was, I mean, you could spend a lot of time here in the camera section, but based on which option you have selected, it changes the settings options here a little bit. So just keep that in mind. If you're looking for something when you go up to settings and it's not there, you may be in the wrong mode. So just something to be aware of. So that's something I won't spend too much time on. Just up here because like I said, there are so many settings here. You can just spend all day in this camera app. But yeah, you can do your 16 by 9, full, 4 by 3, 1 by 1, the squared. Okay, so yeah, it's a ton here. I'm not gonna spend a ton of time here. But the only other thing I want to touch on is you can, since they do have the camera button here now, you can turn it on and off. You do quick actions and you can choose photo, snapshot, video, street photography, camera, so on and so forth. Press firm to shoot. So you can adjust different settings here. Light press sensitivity. Let's see, firm press sensitivity. There's quite a bit here. Uh, and I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on that button. I use it just because I know it's there, and I'm trying to see if I spend a little time with it, will it be more impactful to me, more meaningful? But for now, it's a camera button. It's nothing special to me so far. So anyway, going back, let's go back. And the last thing I really wanted to show you in here was there is a setting in here. Keep settings. That's what I was looking for right there. So keep settings. If you go in here, this is where you would turn on and off and change different things for your camera and how you wanted to save different settings like your not focal lengths, but your resolutions for your camera and stuff like that. If you wanted to save those settings and so on and so forth. But yeah, that's really it. I mean, just really quick 48 hours later, I just want to touch on everything about the phone and what I'm liking about it. I mean, do I feel like if you have the X200 Pro, you should upgrade to the Ultra? I don't feel like the jump is that big unless you're crazy, crazy into photography. And you're gonna get also if you're gonna get the camera kit with it. I just feel like if you're gonna go in, I mean, you might well do the full package and just, I mean, especially if you're doing it mainly for photography, for those people, those enthusiasts out there. Yeah, yeah, maybe. For everybody else, nah. If you get the X200 Pro, you're in good hands. Yeah. Battery, screen resolution, software, performance chipset. The Snapdragon is in here. You got the MediaTek and the other one, the Dimensity. Yeah, that phone is still great to this day. I just don't think unless you're going mainly for the cameras and you're really really going to utilize those cameras, I don't see a reason to go from the X200 Pro to this. I love the device, but yeah, nah, I don't think so. Not for the average consumer. But anyway, this has been 48 hours later. Of course, I have many more videos coming up. I'm going to touch on a bunch of different things like getting circle to search to work on this device and making sure it stays working. I'm going to try to get that going if I can figure it out. I do want to do like a pros and cons of using a Chinese device in the US. And now the X200 Pro would be, I mean, X200 Ultra would be the focus of the video. And I just have a bunch more, just a lot of requests that you guys are making. I'm really going to try to pump out those videos for you. So just be patient with me, okay? But anyway, this has been Wrong Reviews. This is the X200 Ultra, 48 hours later. Appreciate you guys tuning in, and I will catch you in the next one. Later.